Greetings to all my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video will be seen and shared. Celine Driver, once again, bringing you an update on the Zelos State of the Collection. Now, I'm making this right at about the halfway point of the year 2022, but owing to how I laid out my video releases, this video actually comes out in August. But I don't think anything's really going to change very much. I'm going to break this video up into a video series into three videos, just because of the sheer number of Zelos watches that I have. This is a sickness. And I don't even have, as far as I know, the biggest collection of Zelos watches among the Zelosians. I think that goes to my friend Josh, he of the Horology in Sanity. That's 3 words, Horology in Sanity watch channel. I believe he has more Zelos watches than I do, and he has some fairly good exotic Zelos, like I do. But I think he has a few that I would really like to have. And Josh, if you're watching, don't forget about me when you want to get rid of some. Anyway, the first video I wanted to do in my Zelos State of the Collection is something I'm particularly proud of, which is my collection of the ZX chronographs. The ZX chronograph, as you might remember, is a chronograph series that Elshin did that was inspired by the X fighters, the prototype X aircraft from the 1950s and 60s. Well, I'll just pick one up here. Things like the crown is modeled after the nozzle of, well, actually, I think this would be a better one. The crown is a depiction of the nozzle of this X-wing, this X-fighter. I believe this was the X-15. I'm not sure. He even made one watch, which I'll get to in a minute, with materials from from a military aircraft. That would be the ZX-8, which is over here. But there were, officially in Zelos release on the website, there were 8 watches. 3 in titanium and 3 in bronze with the same watch styles. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. Then there was the Damascus ZX7 and the SR71 dialed ZX8. Those were the ones that were officially released on the Zelos website. You'll notice I have 11 here. That's because there are 3 others that were not released to the website, and I'll get into that when I get to those watches. So I have one example of each of the models of the ZX line. Now, technically, there were 2 of each. There were some that were made with the with an automatic movement. I believe it was the Valjoux 7750. And there were also with a Seiko Mecha Quartz. So if I really wanted to have one of each of everything, I would have to duplicate all these watches anyway, because the 7 and 8 were only available with the Valjoux movement, as far as I know. But I digress. Let's go through the models so you can enjoy them. This is the ZX1. Now, this one is an automatic. You can tell it's an automatic because of the way the second hand is moving on the second hand subdial. Also, it does have an automatic movement, you can see, with a custom rotor. Let me open that up a little bit more. These are titanium watches with a titanium bracelet, and they use the older style ratcheting micro adjust clasp, which I love these. I think this was a great design. I don't know why Zelos got away from it, except for the fact that it is rather thick. But it really is a perfect bracelet for on-the-fly adjustment. It is a fully milled clasp, single lock. You have pushers at the upper pusher starts the chronograph, and we'll also, of course, stop it and start it. And the bottom pusher resets, and it's a flyback chronograph. So really a very nicely designed watch. Nice clean bezel, good polish. Polishing titanium is really, I think, really very nice. The bracelet is custom. The end link, obviously it's a male end link, as you can see. It's custom made for the case itself. And of course, being an older design, they're non-release quick release spring bars. No date window, and it is a screw down crown, so you really get good water resistance out of the watch. And the movement does hack, of course. So the ZX1 is a titanium with the black dial and the white subdials. ZX2 is the blue dial, titanium, blue subdials, and pretty much all the other functions are the same. Of course, you have a darker bezel on this one than you do on the ZX1. I really do like this particular colorway. Of course, my favorite color is blue, and I favor this watch a bit more. And it is one of the Mecha Quartz models. You can tell that because it has a solid case back instead of the exhibition case back with the X15 engraved, or counter engraved, if you will, in the case back. So that's one of the Mecha Quartz I have. I have 3 Mecha Quartz, and all the rest are automatics. This is the ZX3. This is the meteorite dial. It's also a quartz watch. And it has, one of the things I like about this watch is the outline of blue on the subdials and the indices. But really a very attractive watch. In bronze, we just rinse and repeat, you know. This is the bronze black dial. This is ZX4. Like, you know, its brother is the ZX1. You can see, of course, this has the white subdials, and this one has the black subdials. I paired this one with the bronze bracelet with the straight ends on it that Zelos makes. It has conventional, what we call micro adjusts with a spring bar, but a milled clasp as well. And you can see mine is patinaed in very nicely in the Florida humidity. With the bronze bracelet, now normally these things came with a brown Horween leather, which looks really nice. with a bronze bracelet, these are very hefty watches. I was playing around with the ZX5. This one originally belonged to my father, but he's become not a fan of chronographs, so he gave it up to me. And I paired it with an Ishi, ECHE, what they call bronze mesh bracelet. Obviously, it's a universal fit, and it doesn't quite match the case. And I'll probably do something about that someday. Maybe I'll go get another Zelos bronze bracelet and put it on this one. But for now, I'll just leave this alone. I really do like this one. And the fact that it was my father's gives it a little extra kick of nostalgia. ZX6 is the bronze equivalent of the ZX3 over here. It has the meteorite dial. Again, I paired it with the Zelos bronze bracelet. Again, gives it a good heft. And this one is the quartz. These two are automatics. Now we come to some of the rarer ZX watches. I believe there are only 40 or 50 of the ZX7 Damascus, or titanium Damascus. I paired this one with a collareb leather strap. I just had it lying around and liked it better than the other strap options I had at the time, and just never really bothered to change it. I really like the way it has a kind of nice suede finish to it. Looks really good. And as we know, if you're a Zelos fan, the Damascus, or the titanium Damascus, is basically the technique of folding layers of titanium over and over again to make the Damascus pattern. And then Elshin heat treats each individual watch to 900 degrees Fahrenheit to get the blued effect. Pardon me. And no two Damascus, titanium Damascus watches are alike. So while this is one of 40, or one of 50, I cannot remember which. I believe it's 40. But if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. But no two are alike. So each Damascus watch, no matter if it's a Sky Raider or a ZX or a Hammerhead or whatever, they're all unique. Next, we have the very rare ZX8. Now, the ZX8 is nicknamed the Blackbird because the metal disc that makes the watch dial is taken from the engine, what they call the turkey feathers, or the variable nozzle that can go bigger and smaller, like, it expands and contracts. Pardon me. They call those turkey feathers. And Elshin got his hands on some turkey feathers from an actual SR-71's engine and made discs out of them to make watch dials. And this is one of them. It's a full titanium case, pretty much similar to the 1, 2, or 3. But it's the dial that makes this one particularly unique. Of course, it has an automatic movement. And it's a beautiful watch. I really enjoy wearing that watch. A lot of people are after me for that watch, but not for sale. None of them are for sale, by the way. Just thought I'd throw that out. Now we come to well, this one is one of two. These are the watches that technically never made it out into the wild, although one of them sort of did. This is one of two ZX prototypes. I got to get this thing out of the way here. Hang on. This is one of two of the prototypes. Now, you may have noticed this has a day and a date window on it. That's because the prototypes, and there are only 2 of them. I have this one. My friend Josh of the Horology Insanity channel has the other one. And Josh, if you're ever going to get rid of that prototype, you know who to call. This guy back here. So the prototypes are a little bit smaller case, as you can, let's grab one here. You can see a little bit smaller. So these bracelets don't actually fit on this watch. I paired it up with another Collareb bracelet. And so it's a little smaller. It uses an undecorated Valjoux 7750, one of the off-the-shelf items. And of course has the day and the date function. And the crown sticks way out. I mean, this is the crown in its full, well, unscrewed, but all the way out position. The crown does tend to stick out a little bit further, and the pushers are stuck out a little bit further out of the case than the production watches. So this watch was, I did it again, didn't I? Anyway, this watch was a prototype. The day and the date were left off in the production. I believe Elshin said that it just didn't work out for production. They made the watch face look a little bit too cluttered, so it wasn't produced this way. But he did put this watch up for sale in one of his Midnight Madness clearance sale things, and I was actually asleep, so I didn't get to buy it. The person who bought this in the clearance sale sold it to someone else, and that person sold it to me. And gave me a good price, considering the rarity of the watch. He gave me a good price, and this watch does not leave my collection. So I am hopefully its last owner. This watch was originally Elshin's watch. This was a personal watch owned by him. I literally bought this off of his wrist. Although when he sold it to me, he refurbished it, and it took a little while to get it to me. This is known as a ZX Spitfire. Again, it's like it's an automatic movement, like the ZX 1, 2, or 3. I mean, it's a titanium case like 1, 2, and 3, but it's an automatic movement. And the bracelet that fit on these also obviously fits on this watch. The thing that makes this watch unique, again, is the watch style. This watch style is metal taken from a World War II British Supermarine Spitfire fighter plane. That's why it's so chewed up on one side, which I love that. So this is metal from a World War II aircraft that Elshin got a piece of and fashioned it into a watch, and I was very fortunate that he was agreeable to sell it to me. So really love that watch. Now this one was my latest ZX acquisition. This one is a holy grail. Now this isn't the rarest ZX. This one is the Spitfire. It's one of one. This is one of two. These are all one of many, comparatively. This is one of 5. Elshin has one. 4 other people have them. I bought this one off of one of the original owners. He gave me an excellent price on it, and it is actually my friend John found out that I actually connected me and the seller. And I was originally, I was saying like, well, now is not really a good time. And John shot me back a message saying, you will hate yourself if you don't buy this. You will literally hate yourself if you don't buy this. And he was right. So I made it happen. I bought it. This is the ZX skeleton. Obviously very different in some ways from the other ZXs, and this has 4 subdials instead of 3. The 4th subdial is a date subdial. It still uses the Valjoux 7750. It's decorated. Oops. And it's definitely a different custom rotor from all the other ones. This one never made it to the website. It was not advertised as a watch for sale. Like I said, there were only 5 of them. Only 4 of them ever got sold. Elshin has the 5th one. This one is number 4. Yeah, wait a minute. I think it says it on the back. I'm not sure. My eyesight isn't as good as I'd like it to be, but it's 1 of 5. And this one, I on and off chased for a long time and made it happen. It's a beautiful watch. It wears wonderfully. I mean, it's a conventional ZX case. Nothing special there, but a fully skeletonized. Well, it's not. I mean, you can't see a little bit. You can see my finger is kind of moving back and forth there behind the escape wheel. So it is as fully skeletonized as it can be, given the limitations of skeletonizing a Valjoux movement. But it is a fully skeletonized dial, which means you can see down into the movement. Like, there's the barrel, the escapement's over here. You can see the wheels moving. There's the escape wheel right there. Pallet fork is underneath it. So really, I was very lucky, very honored to be the caretaker of this watch because of its rarity, its desirability, its notoriety. I feel very blessed, if you can use that word. And that's the ZX state of the collection. For Zelos, for the ZX line, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm very proud of this. I'm very proud to, I think probably the only guy, goofy enough to go out and buy one of each of the ZX watches. Obviously, some of them were harder to find than others. Believe it or not, the ZX2 here took a long time to find one. I finally found one in England, of all places. You would think these two, the 7 and 8, would be harder to find than anything else, but actually it didn't take me long to find one. This one took months. It's strange the way the watch hobby works that way. I hope you found this video to be entertaining, informative, useful. If you did, please click that thumbs up button for me. That does help with the channel with respect to the YouTube search algorithms. So a thumbs up really does help me grow the channel. Comments, questions, suggestions, and I hope there are a lot of them down below. I do read them all. I do respond to them all. However, if you're going to try and troll me, or you're going to leave links to bad places on the internet, I'm just going to delete the comment and I'm going to block the commenter. If you're new to the channel, of course, welcome. I'm certainly glad you found the channel. I hope you will take time to watch many videos. I have many to offer. I hope you will have many to watch. All I ask in return is that before you leave, please click the red subscribe button. And don't forget, when you do that, click the bell icon next to it so that when I upload new videos or when I do live streams, you will be alerted to these events occurring. Meanwhile, as I always say at the end of my videos, it is a crazy old world out there, and it is not getting any less crazy. Trust me. So please, stay safe out there. Be careful. Be well. I'll see you again.